Real conversations, real solutions, real success.
Success is my religion.
All right, we are back after a 2 week stint out of the country. I was out of the country at least.
Yeah.
And I'm here with the chosen one. And as always, I'm the success engineer.
Yes, sir.
And today's topic, I can tell y'all about my little trip to Spain. I went to Spain with 6 students and another teacher. We met up with another group that was also in the tour group. So we combined our groups together. We stayed in the same hotel. We rode the same bus. They had 15 students and 2 chaperones. So it was a pretty cool trip. I didn't know. Well, I knew three of the 6 students before we went, and then I got to know the other students while we were on the trip, and it was pretty fun. We got to explore a lot of stuff. We walked forever. Like if you go to Europe and you go on a tour and you're not getting chauffeured around on a bus or something like that, like we got chauffeured around on a bus, but like we got dropped off in a place and then we went and walked wherever we needed to go. So if you're a man and you go and you need basketball shorts and walking shoes. Like don't even try to wear your J's or anything like that.
Not J appropriate.
Right.
Disrespect your J's.
Slides. You don't want to be wearing slides there. You like. I'm glad. I mean, one of my students was like, "You." I was like, "Man, I want to bring some J's or some other stuff, right?" And she was like, "Yeah, that probably ain't gonna happen. You probably need to just thug it out." I was like, you want to look good when you out. And, I mean, walking shoes are, running shoes look good, but like they ain't nothing like some wearing some J's around with a nice little fit. But like I couldn't even wear these little khaki shorts walking around because you start chafing and stuff. Like that's how much you walk. Like you walking around for hours. Like, and so once I switched to the basketball shorts, it was all good. We went to the beach in Barcelona. So I went to Spain. We landed in Barcelona. We went to Saragossa and Madrid. So in Spain or in Barcelona, we first day we went to the beach. Second day we explored some of the different historical landmarks. Third day we did a lot of our own stuff. So we went up on this tram thing that gives you a look over the city.
Oh, nice.
And in Barcelona, it's 1.7 million people in Barcelona alone. So Spain is the size of Texas, is what he said. So 1.7 million people in one city, and then they have the tourists coming in. So it's a port city. So there's the cruise ships that come in and port.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they could have 20,000 people on a cruise ship, and then they got 4 cruise ships, 4 to 8 cruise ships that's docking at any given time. So right when they get off, they got this port or the harbor or whatever they call it. They walk down. And then they go straight into Barcelona, like straight into all the shops, the market, everything. And it's just like this big old conglomerate of people that are right here in this main port.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people on top of 1.7 million, right? And then, what was I about to say? Oh, Christopher Columbus is their hero over there. So they, so one of my friends, my best friend from high school, he was like, dang, we should hate the Spain. I was like, I don't know if we should do that, but like, he is a staple over there. Like they got monuments of him all over. Like they just love him because they think he just opened up the world to them for them, and
Wow,
and the commerce that was that was there, and so that was interesting. The history was interesting because they got conquered by different religion or different people, different. They were ruled by different demographics of people. So, like their religion changed to based off of who was in control at that time.
We run it. Now you do this.
Okay. Right. So I'm up here like, okay, that's interesting. I've only been to one European country anyway, so just thinking about like how religious they are. I asked a whole bunch of questions and things like that. So Barcelona was pretty cool. Swimming in the Mediterranean was good. The beach was very nice. They had a place where you could work out. It was kind of like Venice Beach.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They were working out. One of the things that we saw walking through the city is that like everybody is on top of each other. Like there's not any pause. There's not any like in the city. There's not any like land or anything in between. People are just in like apartment buildings. Apartment buildings. They put their laundry out on the balcony. Like they still living like that. Like
wow.
all over the place.
All the technology.
Yeah.
Y'all still air drying your joints. Okay.
But that's not
normal.
America.
It's typical.
It's not the United States. So that's one thing that one of the teacher that was with me pointed out is that we say America, but there's South America as well. So if we say we're American, she was like,
upper echelon America.
She was like, I'm American too because I'm from South America. What does that mean? So that was an interesting conversation that we had about that. We went to after our 3 days in Barcelona, we went to Saragossa. I think that's what the name of it is. We was only there to visit a cathedral or basilica or something like that. But they had a stretch like right in the middle of the city. Like the cathedral was huge, and then they had this big square that was in the middle, and then on the other side it had a like where all the shops and stuff were.
Oh, okay.
So tourism is a big thing in the places that we went to. So everybody was out hustling. It was like every shop had the same thing. So you just pick what shop you want to go into and buy the thing that you want. And then so that was like a 3.5 hour drive or on the bus to get to Saragossa. I hope I'm saying that name right. I don't even know. That was a 3.5 hour drive on the way to Madrid. So we stopped there, ate, walked around, looked at things for 2 hours or something, and then we got back on the bus and headed to Madrid. Once we got to Madrid, we went to our hotel. I actually went out one time on a Thursday night, and they clubs stay open until like 6 a.m., 5:30, 6 a.m. And I was like, yeah.
Wow.
Because I'm looking it up online, and I'm like, all right, Madrid is a more modern city than Barcelona and Saragossa. And so Madrid, when we went, they got Ubers in Madrid. I didn't see any Ubers in Barcelona. So I called up an Uber and it was like, take me to this place or whatever. And we went, me and one of the ladies from the other group, we went and we got to the club and it was closed. Everything was closed on the whole block, and we was like, "Is anything open around here?" So we looking on Google and expecting Google to have it open because we was out there like midnight, right? Everything opened at 11, right? It said it opened at 11, so we go at midnight, and I'm thinking like, hey, we gonna be cool. Somebody gonna be there, right? Yeah. Like it is here. Yeah. Like somebody gonna be there at 9 o'clock.
Be late on purpose, make an entrance.
Yeah. So nope.
They closed this down. Damn.
And then we finally get to a bar that was open, and nobody was in there. We walked in there. It was like one person talking to the bartender, and we sat there and had drinks, and then two lesbians and a gay dude came in. That sounds like a joke. Two lesbians and a gay dude came in, and they introduced themselves to me and the lady, and we danced and had a good time for a few minutes, and then they wanted us to stay even longer, but we had to get up because we got up at 7. We left at 8 every day, so we had to get up at 7 or something to get breakfast.
Club doesn't close till 5, 6 o'clock in the
morning.
That would kill us over here. There's no way you're going to church or going to work the next day. You are hurt. So I wake up so I can get to work.
Right.
Like, wow. Well, I just wear this to work. Smell like the bar. I was just there. So
yeah, you work on Saturdays though.
Yeah.
Like when we went to the beach in Barcelona, it was a bunch of people out there on a Monday. So.
Oh yeah. But those could be tourists. Those could be a lot of things.
It could be.
That's real crazy, but that's a different part of the world, So, I too went on a trip. It was in the States. I just went to Florida for a bachelor party in Florida, and that was pretty fun. Missed my guys. And, I had a great time. Don't ask, don't tell.
So why you bring it up then?
Because I went somewhere too.
Yeah. And you went to Florida, you said?
I went to Florida. I went to Destin, Florida. So.
Oh, Destin is pretty cool.
It is. It's real nice. You know how you go out of town, you try and watch for the weather so you can pack accordingly? Well, I packed accordingly. Just like
and then the weather changed?
Yeah, it changed super fast. We had a nice Airbnb we stayed at. We grilled out one night. We had an all-alcohol night, which turned into
adult beverage,
which turned into canceling plans that we had the next day because we were all hurting. But it was nice. It was good. Went to Tampa a whole lot. Everywhere in Florida, I guess, is 40 minutes, which is not bad. So we went to the beach, Clearwater. I want to say Friday. Yeah, Friday, because we all left on Sunday. So Friday, that was very interesting. Beautiful down there. Weather-wise, you can you adjust very quickly, but
it was still hot.
It's still hot.
We hot right now. We in a heat advisory right now in KC.
105 right now. It's the hang duck. So it wasn't Florida hot, but it's hot. It's different kinds of hots all over the world.
I don't know. Hot is hot.
Hot is hot.
So on our trip, you remember me? I was looking at Madrid, and I didn't realize that I was supposed to fly into Barcelona at the beginning. So I was looking at Madrid. Madrid was supposed to be 100 degrees, 95 to 100 degrees the whole time. So then I switched it over to Barcelona right before I took my flight over there, and I was like, oh, it's only gonna be 85 degrees. I was like, this is cool. So we was walking around, and our tour guide Jaime, which was a great dude, he was like, y'all are lucky because it's usually like the heat out there. And they said humidity over in Barcelona, not so much in Madrid because it's more inland.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
So I was like, "You're welcome," because he was like, "I don't know what it is," because even when we went to Madrid, the temperature dropped for the 2 days that we there.
Nice.
Yeah, to mid 80s to mid to high 80s. And I was like, cool. And he was like, I don't know what it is. I don't know who it is. I was like, you're welcome. Because I was looking at this weather. I was like, I ain't trying to walk around this mug at 100 degrees.
No.
My back was already sweating and stuff. I do got photos or videos of with my 360 camera. I didn't really look at them while I was there and share the videos because my Wi-Fi wasn't working at my hotel or in my room. I had to go downstairs into the lobby break area or the lobby or something to get on my Wi-Fi. That's why I was posting pictures on my stories, videos on my stories. Why are you laughing? But the hotels were nice that we stayed in. EF Tours is the group that are the company that we went through.
Oh, nice.
I think it was good because the students had to pay for it. It wasn't like a free trip or anything like that. They had to either fundraise or pay for it themselves, right?
Okay.
So they have it all set up to where the students have a link to their the total of their trip. So if it was $3,500, they have a link to you. Why you open your eyes like that? But
I remember being that age, and 3,500 sounded like a lot.
Right, it is a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, for anybody, I couldn't have done it. But but I'm not gonna right now. If so, we recruit students 2 years in advance, so they have 2 years of making payments.
Oh, okay, that's way better.
Yeah, we don't. But if they don't come, like if they want to go like their senior year and they didn't come to the year before where we planned it out, they got to pay it in a year or in the time that they allot to.
They not going to the field.
Nah, but they do. Like my students work. A lot of my students work, so they like. Yeah, I got one student that I'm gonna try to recruit for the next trip for this following year because he's like a manager at Burger King or something, and he be spending his money on stupid stuff.
I remember those times.
But he be getting all these little things, and I'm like, you got an iPhone, iPad, all paid off. Like, you might as well pay for this trip and come do this. You know what I mean? Like, experience something outside of your norm.
That's definitely something that's a good experience.
Yeah, so and it's a part of helping people. This is why our podcast and the Success Is My Religion is so important, is because like we gotta design stuff that gives you practice for the real life at 15 to 18 years old while you're in high school. So being able to set a budget and actually give your money away before you get the reward or the trip in this case is building up suspense. Is that what you do in real life? Build up the suspense.
I build up the suspense. Why can't I get this right now?
No, it delays the gratification of getting it in the now. So you can use that money and spend it on DoorDash or shoes or whatever, but delaying that gratification to do something that some people that never in your family have ever done, that is breaking generational curses and stuff already just by that.
It's a very good thing.
Yeah, so that's why, and you don't get it for free. Like you got some skin in the game, and you don't somebody's not just handing you something. And I gotta figure out how to word that because
I was gonna say that it makes you feel better that you have gravitated towards something, and the benefit is that you go out of town, out of the country, out of the United States, just to experience something that you may experience later on down in life, or you may not. But since you're young, you took advantage of it. You were very vigilant of your spending habits. Then, yeah, I can't remember if that was anything like that in high school. I didn't pay a lot of attention to high school, so I can't really say there was or there wasn't. But my first time, and no, I didn't. I've never been out of. I've been out of country, Mexico, but that, whatever. But the only trip I actually really took out of state was with my sister when her class went to Florida, and I was a chaperone. That's how I got to go, and that was crazy work. A kid watching a kid. But anyway, it was a good experience, and it seems like it's going to be a recycled type thing, so that'd be good.
Yeah, so
I look forward to that all the time.
Man, I'm ready to go on the next trip. That's why I'm up here sending in reels about stuff, going to different places and stuff. I'm trying to go.
Let's go.
Like, but maneuvering through the airport and public transportation is a little bit different when you don't know the language and you don't know nobody. At least we had some people that was there that knew Spanish in some form.
Yeah.
But
that would have been a dire straits. I would have looked like the customers that come up to me with their phone and they say whatever they say in that language.
Yeah.
And then I read that, like, oh, okay.
Oh, we do got that. So we good.
We good. Technology, baby.
Technology. I wasn't even thinking about that. Like I could have went up to somebody and been like,
translate.
hey, translate this.
Hey, you fine as shit. I got the number. Oh, okay. All right, then. Well, I tried.
Can I have your number? We both single, by the way. So if you if you watching this and you got a older sister, older sister,
25 and out. I'll give y'all 25 and out.
I do half my age plus 7, so 28 and up for me. 25.
25. Get in most clubs at 25.
Yeah, so Spain was a great trip. Madrid, it was it was more modern than Barcelona and way more modern than Saragossa. I hope I'm saying that name right. When we got to Madrid, we then went to Toledo. Toledo was is one of the oldest cities in Spain, and which houses like you can see the different groups that conquered Spain. So they have, which they brought their religion. So that's how they kind of see. And what they told us is that they built on top of the the people that ruled what they built. So they didn't just tear it down. They just built on top of it or used it in their new buildings and stuff.
They modified it. Not modified it, but modified it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they either modified it or just built on top of it.
That ain't bad.
So you can see some of the different
my leadership,
groups of people
it's gonna be this.
Yeah, so you can see some of the groups of people that ruled. And when you got to Toledo had they had mosques, synagogues, and like cathedrals and stuff like that. So those are the different religions that the ruling class or the ruling groups of people came through with. Mm-hmm. So we got to see this cathedral. I got to tell this one story before we change and go to something else. But like we was walking around this cathedral, right? And I have if you get to know me, when you get to know me, I have a issue with religion. That's why it interests me. But we walked into the cathedral, and it's immaculate. The attention to detail, the gold, the different things all around. And we walk around, and there's crypts, or what is that? Tombs of
Oh,
not crypts, but the tombs
gangs
of
over
a bishop. One of the bishops was buried there, and then they had two cardinals,
there.
and two cardinals is right below the pope, right? The cardinals are like the next level below the pope, right?
Okay.
And so you walk over, and they got this big old immaculate sculpture with gold and stuff coming out the ends, and then you look up, like this is a huge sculpture up the wall, right? And you look up, and right above the tombs were these two red things, look like red jellyfish, like hanging up there. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like a decoration or something. I was like, "What is that?" And the tour guide was like, "I'm glad you asked that. It's the hats of the two cardinals were up there." And the interesting thing about this, and I'll just leave you with this and leave it to your imagination, but she said, legend has it that um, the hats are up there, and when they fall down, they have crossed over into heaven. And then I was like, has any of them ever fell down? She was like, not to my knowledge. And the two were still hanging up there. And I was like, I don't know how long those two have ever been there. So the questions start coming up in my mind is like, nah, I'm going to just leave you to it. Like, what, first of all, why didn't they, if they so religious and they that high up in the Catholic Church, why ain't they going to heaven, right? If that's true, I mean, it's just like a legend or whatever. But two is like, if it's true, is there even a heaven? Like, so.
Well, my question is if they make a statement like that about something falling, is it suspended up there? Like, is it hanging on like with a thread?
It's like hanging on.
Oh.
Like, I don't know what it's on up there. Like, it looked like it was like a string going across, or they were just hanging down on the string, and they could easily just be like, "Oh, yep, click," and it fell down overnight when nobody was in here.
Hey.
They made it to heaven.
It took him 200 years. They made it.
Right.
He finally got there. The steps was long.
Yeah, but that's just legend. So we don't know if that's true or not. But I found that interesting. It was a whole bunch of interesting stuff that I was seeing just as far as religion, because success is my religion is really my religion, and
it's a good religion.
And I forgot how I used to. I made that up so long ago, but I used to say, like, success is my number one focus. So if you look up the definition of religion, it means the main focal point. Yeah. So when I say success is my religion, success is my main focal point of what I do. And I think it should be the main focal point of what everybody does. Yes. And I'm neutral in as far as religious beliefs go, so I can help either side. If you do believe, I'm gonna hold you accountable to what you believe. If you don't believe, it's okay. We still need you to be successful.
Come in the middle.
So after all of that, while I was on the trip, and this is kind of sobering and brings us back to like what we got to do in everyday life, is like we got to deal with the issues that come up in our lives, and we got to keep on moving forward. So I didn't get to read my emails over there from my work emails. Mm-hmm. So when I got back, I still didn't check my emails. We got back on late Sunday night. I didn't check my emails on Monday. I was like, whatever, you know. And I looked at them. It wasn't like I didn't look at them at all, but like I looked at them, but like I thought it was, well, I looked at my emails. I just didn't click on any of them because most of them was like spam or something that I signed up for some conference. They put me on the list, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Tuesday come around, I didn't really look at it. When I go into work on Wednesday, I was like, let me click through these email messages and see what I got here. I click on an email message, and one of my former students that just graduated told me that one of my other students passed away in a car accident, which was, you know, shocking to me. It was sad because like I never had that happen before. Like one of my students, I mean, I guess I never really thought about it. Most of my students were, well, actually, it did happen before. Um, it was like 4 years after I had the student, but she was like in elementary school, and somebody told me later that she passed away. But this one, like, I was just talking to this girl right when they were going through the graduation, and I was like, "You gonna go do your thing?" You know, because we had conversations about like what she gonna do next, what's gonna happen, like what kind of things you want to do, how you gonna set the stuff up. Didn't come from a great family life, and you know, those are the conversations that I have with a lot of students. But like, there's some students that like I really drill into them because I see a lot of potential in them, and I know that like they could get stuck real quick. But if they don't work on their craft or themselves and develop themselves, they're not going to reach their fullest potential. So she just happened to be one of the students that I got to have those conversations with, and then what did I say the name of the podcast should be? Not the show must go on, but
well, there was several names.
Okay.
Because I think that I chimed in and said that the Earth doesn't stop when you want it to; it continues to spin. And I think you came up with some different kind of scenarios, but yeah, depending on the impact of the person that perishes, depends on how you react or the type of time that you want to be allotted to, I guess, process what's going on. And for me, you don't really get to process. I mean, you do in a way, but not in a way like you have time to like process. You don't have any responsibilities or anything like that. That's what I mean by the world stopping. Like you just can breathe and be like, okay, this, that, and that happened. You try and understand what happened, especially recently for me. Somebody passed away that I really love suddenly, so I didn't really have that time to prepare. Most of the time, you do have time to prepare. You have time to, you know, even learn even more about that person depending on their stage in life and how far they are close to perishing. But for the most part, I prefer the de-escalation instead of the sudden impact, because you it takes you longer to recover. At least it takes me longer to recover. I'm not speaking for everybody, but the process and the things that you have to do within that process, sometimes you're allotted a lot of time, sometimes you're not. I was allotted a lot of time, and even the time that I was allotted, by the time it was time for me to do what I needed to do, I just wasn't up for it. And that was surprising for me because normally I can just, stuff my feelings somewhere and do what I need to do. And it was kind of hard, but
So how old were you? Like who passed and how old were you?
I was 43. Yeah, I was 43.
When that person passed?
Yeah, so just last year. Um,
But with your dealing with death or
yeah, dealing with that. Oh, I've been all kinds of ages.
what was the youngest age?
The longest age I can remember is probably 8. I think one of my uncles passed away. I don't. And we had this conversation. I was like, man, I don't really remember the cause of that. Like, it wasn't told to me or anything. It was like, hey, see, I don't remember going to a funeral or anything. Like both my uncles. Uh, but you have to, I, I have to understand that they live lives way before I even got to know them. Like, I didn't meet my grandparents on my mother's side. If I did, I couldn't remember because I was a child, probably a baby. I did meet my grandmother on my father's side, my dad's mom. Thank God for that. I want to say I met my other grandfather, but he was in Kansas. Like, we would visit him on Sunday. Like, my aunt was over there. I guess she lived over there, and she passed a year before my recent uncle just passed. So it's kind of been like back to back, but I want to say for me, the process of it is just dependent on the impact of the person that passes. Like for you, I imagine that you kind of gave some structure to this to the student, and you were talking about real life things. So that is a different impact because you knew that person and stuff like that. And it's hard to prepare. I mean, even if you know it's coming, it's still hard to prepare and process. But I think that the path that you grieve is better than like all of a sudden. Like for you, it was all of a sudden because it was a car accident. There wasn't no time. She wasn't in the hospital, and then I don't know the situation, so I can't really speak about it. But for the most part, I lost friends I went to school with very young age. Like they just didn't make it. Like maybe I went to school with a couple of people in elementary, and by the time middle school came around, they was gone. I think I lost one person from asthma, so it was natural asthma attack. In other words, just random stuff. But and it makes me think about a lot of things. Like I was talking to you the other day. I don't have a whole lot of stuff accumulated because I know most of that stuff's gonna go in the trash. I will enjoy it while I'm here, but if I pass away like tomorrow, TV, Xbox,
Yeah,
video games.
he ain't got no kids either. That's
I don't
why.
have any children.
Yeah. So the stuff that we pass along is not gonna go too far.
It's not. I mean, electronics, will be there.
They'll be outdated by the time in a year or two. So they're gonna get rid of me anyway.
Yeah. So I mean that's the reality I have. Yeah, I've dealt with death a lot. One of my aunts passed away suddenly, but she was on dialysis. So she did some routine, and like something just happened to where like she did her routine and she like bled out. Never heard any of that ever in life, but that was a situation. It wasn't anything that you could prepare for because you think that you do something like a practice. You go shoot baskets, it's practice. That's something that you do on a regular basis. And then if you or something happens to where somebody doesn't do something a certain way, there you go. I'm not saying that happened, but it's crazy work. Just dealing with death in itself.
Yeah, I dealt with death at a young age. Um, my best friend, well, I guess best friend. Like we played together a lot. Like we lived a couple houses from each other. Um, but in fourth grade, she passed away in a drive-by shooting. So, um, like I remember, like being that young. Like I don't know. Yeah, my cousins and stuff weren't here at that time, so like being that young and like now we have a lot of services inside of school to help you deal with those emotions that you have, but like I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And like imagine like playing with somebody just like in the summertime, you move away and then they not there no more, and it was violence. It wasn't just
natural causes,
yeah, not
something that you
natural
hope
cause.
for. Yeah.
Hey, just like anybody in those floods that was happening, like just being swept away, and um, like those are tragic events, and when you don't know how to cope with them, you develop a way to cope with them. And the way that developed, I didn't know that I was developing this, but like since I didn't get any help, I just cope with it by just moving on to the next thing. Like you still have to perform. That's what I said.
That's what it does. Yeah.
Like I still had to perform. So, well, it wasn't a performance, but I still had to go to school the next day. Like I still had to do my homework. Like I don't remember too much about that, but I know one way that it came out was I had a cat for a long time. Like her name was TC, and that cat died after after my friend passed away, and like I was distraught, crying at school and stuff like that. Like I guess that's how it came out, and so that it's going to come out some way somehow.
Yeah.
How are you going to let that? It's still energy. Everything we have and everything that comes to us and we put out is all energy. Whether it's good energy or bad energy, we're putting it out. We can mourn. Everybody has their own way of mourning.
Yeah.
But how you come back from that? How long? What you do after is really crucial when something tragic happens to you. And the one thing with the death and coping with it, the quote I have is, "We must live well for those who aren't here to live well for themselves." So we must do the things necessary to live a good life because we have other people that aren't here to be able to live a good life for themselves. That girl was 18 years old. My student was 18 years old. Like she ain't no coming back from that. Like
No.
she had her whole life in front of her, but I'm up here battling with my mortality and thinking I'm not at a place where I need to be, and I only got so many amount of years, and I'm looking at it like that. But then something like this happens, and it puts your like I gotta do some stuff. I gotta do everything that I want to because like I got over 18,000 trips on Uber. Like I be on the road all the time. And for the past 10 years, like that could have easily been me. And the crazy thing about it is that I just happened to get pulled out to that area where it happened, and I was driving on the like 2 days later, Friday actually, after I got the message, and realized, or that Friday. On Wednesday, I read the email. Friday, I happened to be in that area, and then I started driving down that same road She passed away 2 days later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So things like that happen. We must live well for those who aren't here to live well for themselves. And I created that quote because my senior year of high school, my aunt passed away.
Yeah.
And the reason for this, the name of this podcast, You Still Got to Perform, is my aunt's funeral was on the day of what happened to be my last basketball game in high school. So we was in the district playoffs, and if you win, you move on. If you lose, you go home, and that's your career right there. So I still had to perform. I still was a starter. Like, I still had to go to the funeral. Still had to, I didn't play well at all. I don't even remember the game, but my aunt never got to see me play basketball. I always wanted her to come out and see me play, but she never got to see me play. So, you still got to perform. And I ended up playing basketball in college because of that reason. Because like I felt like she was looking down on me, and I was like, I want to play further so she can see me play or whatever. And that's what happened. That's what propelled me to go in that direction, to seek out that opportunity, and which was a best opportunity for me to get the skills that I needed to be successful in my next step. I ended up at the college that I graduated from, Missouri Valley College, and I got the degree that I wanted and the experiences that I needed to help me get to the next step. And so that's how I use the death in my life and the experiences. Like, it's going to happen to everybody. I got friends that lost, CJ lost parents, friends that lost moms. People are losing people all the time. And what are we going to do to honor them? We have to do something to honor them. We can't just sit around and not do anything. We got to live our best life. We have to reach our fullest potential. That 18-year-old girl is not going to be able to reach her fullest potential, but I can. Yeah. Because I'm still here. And if there's another life that we go to after this, and maybe we'll meet again, and we'll laugh about it, and and we'll be able to reach our fullest potential somewhere else. But for now, this is the only life we live, and what are we gonna do with that life that we have right now? I work with 15 to 25-year-olds. We are trying to set you up for success long term. And what if that gets cut short? We don't know, but we have to still progress and still perform every single day, so that we can get to that next step. Yeah. Most of the jobs that y'all are going to have haven't even been created yet.
They're coming. Definitely coming.
But how do you the question that I have is how do you train for something that hasn't even been invented yet? And you have to, like, it's a rhetorical question. I'm not looking for an answer, but
no, I wasn't gonna give you an answer. I was just gonna say that, as you know, we're quite older than 18 to 25, so we've seen the difference of technology. Like, I tell people all the time, I had the first cell phone with Sprint, paying for minutes. I had a beeper. Had phones on walls, house phones, I guess you would call them. Went to that, cell phones. Now I got cell phones, and I was talking to, was it you I was talking to about store numbers? Who can? No, it wasn't.
Oh yeah, you was telling me the story though.
But I was like, I don't have any numbers that I absolutely know besides the ones that I have to tell people about. But there was a time that I had like a little black book with people's names and numbers, sometimes addresses, all kinds of things. And this device has cut it down. So I don't have any like black book or telephone books. I don't even know if telephone books still exist. Yes, they do. They do still exist. But yeah, and I want to say this: how you grieve when somebody important or anybody that you know perishes is your atmosphere can't be toxic, and you can take that how you want because I don't know who you surround yourself with, but your atmosphere can't be toxic. When I lost my mother, I was working. Um, the people at my job were great. It was not a great time for me at all because that was a sudden thing as well. Um, my dad, uh, not too much. It was still something that was sudden, and it was around like Thanksgiving. So now I think about that around Thanksgiving, which is wonderful. But the people that you surround yourself with, your friends, your family, the people that are still around, those people are very important. It helps you, either allows you to break down emotionally to deal with your grief, or you can go the CJ route and just try and stuff it all down and just do what you need to do with and make the things happen. And then after everything is all squared away, then you can grieve. Um, there's no right or wrong way to grieve. Some people have parties. Some people have barbecues.
The main thing is that what you do after, like what you do with yourself after, like the show still goes on. You still have to perform. What did you say?
I still have to go to work. I still
Yeah,
got bills. The bills don't stop. The world does not stop.
life goes on. Is what Tupac said.
Yeah, your light bill's still gonna come at the same time. You don't get no break from that.
Yeah,
So,
but you have to cherish the memory, and if you see something in life that is not fulfilling, because we need to move from just doing things for money or material things. Like you need to look for the meaning in life. What lesson can it teach you? Like I learned lesson from, and this is not just loss of life. This is loss of like failure. This is loss of opportunity. This is losing every day. Like the habits that if you're not doing the habits that you create for yourself that are going to put you in position to be successful, then you losing. And um, my phrase is I won't lose. And so that makes a click in me. It clicks for me saying that I need to be doing everything that I can possibly every single day to get the things that I want. I'm not too big into manifestation, and like I don't have no emotion attached to whatever it is. I do have emotion on the back end, but I know that the stuff that I do is going to put me in position to be successful. So if I'm doing the right stuff, I can trust in that process being successful. Now, on the other end is that like now I'm at that we won't lose stage. So I need the students or the 15 to 25-year-olds to start making some changes. So like
for the
me being
best.
more aggressive and more direct is what I have to change to next. Like I can't just go around just saying, "Oh, you can do, whatever," and these feelings that you have, and like, no, it's not that. Like,
No more soft parenting.
no more soft parenting. I let it go because like y'all not my kids.
Yeah,
Like I can't,
you don't
I
have no
can't.
ties, but we Uncle CJ's here to look out for you. Okay, because I'm gonna be an uncle. I'm not gonna be a dad. So Uncle CJ, cousin CJ, whoever I am in your life, and if you have time, if I take the time to talk to you about anything, especially about life, it's genuine. I don't like to pussyfoot around when it comes to life. I've lived 44 years of my life, um, and I decided that at my 44th year It was time for a change because you have to reinvent yourself. You have to change with the times, and you have to adapt to the times. And even though I'm not going to be like in that radius of the 18 to 25-year-old thing, because I do have common sense and certain things I'm not just going to do. But to be able to adapt and try and foresee what I could contribute to help makes me feel good.
I'm the coach. Forget that. Like, coach is gonna put you in. Coaches see something that you don't have. Jordan had a coach. Brian had a coach. Not no good coaches, but he had coaches. Kobe had coaches.
Yeah,
every great person that you know had a coach. And the crazy thing about it is that, like, I was talking to some of my students. Like, there's one student that was on our trip that graduated the year before, right? He graduated in 2024. And he came on the trip because he heard about it. I don't know how he heard about it, but he came on the trip. And when I saw him for the first time, we was doing some information thing before the trip, getting our passports correct and all that stuff. But I saw him. I was like, "Oh, you going?" I was like, "Oh yeah." And I was like, "What you up to?" And he was telling me that he eventually told me that he was about to go to school in the fall. He took a year off, and I was like, "Yeah, man." Like, I remember talking to you while you was in school because he was in my study hall. I was like, "Dude, like, you got a 1 point whatever GPA. Like, what you gonna do? Like, you about to graduate."
Boy, what?
You know what I mean? So, I mean, and I believe that every Black, Hispanic, or Asian student that I come across should get some type of trade or 4-year degree certification, like formal certification before y'all get out. So that's my stance on that. But I was talking to him, and I like he was my top priority to talk to while I was on that trip, because he's already in the real world. He's already, like, he doesn't have a stable life.
Okay.
He didn't grow up with a stable household or whatever. He's living with his grandma now, and just different things that happen in life that can either set you up for success or failure. Usually, when you don't have stability in your life, that sets you up for failure, right? And it ain't failure, but like, it's a lot harder to reach your fullest potential when you don't have the stability.
Doesn't guarantee your fullest potential. It's a stepping stone. So you gotta strive. You gotta put in the work. You gotta practice.
But when I was talking to him in the school, right? Like, I was like, "Dude, you need to show up every day, and like, you gotta be here on time." Like, those are things that are going to help you or hinder you later on in your next step. Like, not way down the road, but in your next step. You graduate, you go get a job. Next thing I know, we talking about his job and working at the movie theater. He got written up because he was late a few times. I was like, "Man, y'all got Ubers. Y'all got electric bicycles now. Like, y'all don't have to buy a full motorcycle or moped or anything like that. You can buy an electric bicycle and get to a job." You know what I mean? It might take it a little bit longer, but Uber, you could spend some money doing Uber or whatever. But you got to get there. You got to be there on time. Like, you got to understand that, like, this is a part of your development. That we are taking for granted that 4 years in that high school now, and especially now because y'all have social media. Y'all are connected to the information, and you get it in real time, and nobody can deny that some things are changing in our society. But there's one thing that has never changed, and it's the school system.
That's
Everybody,
unfortunate,
everybody that's been successful or failed has went through the American or United States school system, right?
yeah.
um, they at least graduated high school,
Please do that.
and where are we at the time? But to kind of make the connection between Spain and stuff, but like we're going into this hustle culture with the gig economy and all of that stuff, and uh, I saw the same thing in a poorer country. They was hustling for the dollar or their way of life and stuff, and which is okay, but that's a very stressful way to live. Like, why demand that you get a trade certification or a 4-year degree? Like, it puts you in position to that's your practice for that next step.
I like that.
That's your practice for the next step. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you just go there, a lot of richer kids are just going there just to complete that step.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to go there. The people that come from instability, I come from a single parent household, low income, all of that stuff. Like, we need to use those steps to our advantage to learn something valuable. The best thing I learned was that I could outwork anybody. I may not have been good at everything, but I got really good at a lot of different stuff. So now at the moment you can compete, but if you like, I was doing like 16 group fitness classes. This is not in college, but like, just for an example, I was doing 16 group fitness classes a week. Like, and if you ain't doing that and you trying to keep up with me, like I'm gone. Like, that's not
stamina.
Yeah, it's not. It's domination, because you need to be able to dominate. Like, I'm listening to do, like, to be able to have one job and get all the money that you need to be stable and stable for your family and live the way you want to live is a great opportunity in America that you can have. Those things are changing. I had students this year that was she was like, well, I'm looking at what my side hustle is going to be, because I won't make a lot as a teacher. I was like, but if you keep your expenses low, like, as you go throughout, like, whatever money you make as a teacher is going to be beneficial anyway. If you keep your expenses low,
that's the foundation,
right? But if you DoorDashing every day, like, you throwing money out the way or out the door, or if you Ubering every weekend, like, you throwing money out the they don't even. I've been Ubering for almost 10 years, and they don't even give me no free Uber trips and nothing like that. I got to pay full price for that thing.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's cold. That's cold work in the Federation of Ubering. What the hell?
Yeah, and so yeah, everything is practice. The show must go on. What did I say? I keep on forgetting that.
The show must go on. The world does not stop. And however you process your processing.
No, that's not what we said.
That's what I'm saying.
You still have to perform. That's what it is.
Yeah,
you still have to perform, and
still gotta go to work. Go to class.
Take your time to
take it all in.
Yeah, to grieve if something tragic happens. But what are we gonna do after the fact? You are still here. You are still able-bodied. You are still being able to do anything that you want. What are you gonna do about it? How are you gonna use that energy? You can use it negatively, or you can use it positively. So, success is my religion. We on the porch. That's all I got to say for today.
You know what I close out with. You got to be all the way up. Be committed to excellence, and treat yourself better than anybody else, because once you do that, then it exfoliates to other people. And bam, you got it.
Exfoliates.
Yeah. Exfoliate.
All right. We'll see you next time on the porch.
On the porch. Hit the theme music, baby.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I'm prepared to beat that charge. My hands up above the restricted area, he OC, that's a charge. They leasing, they rent team, my shit paid for. What they charge ain't nothing for you to go out here and go get us on one route. Gotta be able to work hard. I'm up late nights, early mornings. I don't watch too much TV, city already performing. You keep them thoughts, I have no time for them. Solid cats and out raw for them. So much tension in these streets, everybody can't heat. Ready to settle petty beef, and I'm telling them cameras gonna be aiming at me. Before they see me retreat, I'ma make them believe that I go hard. Try to knock me down, you can't count me out. Work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you to work hard. Try to knock me down, can't count me out. Work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you. See, I'm out the door, it's time to get it. Say you ready to work, and let's get it. If you paper chasing, I'm with it. Early in the morning, I'm talking about fitness, suit and ties, I'm all about my business. Time to change your way of living. If you want it bad, go and get it. You don't need nobody else tell you go and get it. Work hard, look in the mirror, the reflection is you. You don't like the current stats, now what you gonna do? Everybody got a point, but I got nothing to prove. Everybody got a side, but you never hear the truth. Look at me, I know I go hard. I made a decision that ain't for the stars. I'll be up grinding while they stay sleeping. My license plate telling to work hard. I've been patient, waiting, God know it. My time's coming, I know it. When you working hard, you ain't gotta show it. You know I'm hot and I know it. I took the game with a shot, that was yesterday. I ran 2 miles, that was yesterday. I started 3 classes, that was yesterday. I'm going hard, I promise, then yesterday. I work hard. I ain't got no time for no games. I ain't got no time to be playing. I ain't got no time for no social media, no tag me and nothing. I ain't into your games. And Facebook, I call it fake book. Your friends list, that's what snakes look like. You don't know my passion, just know I'm active. Went back to school and I got my master. I go hard. Try to knock me down, you can't count me out.